All right, everyone. We're going to start in about 2 minutes. I appreciate everyone for coming in early. Just going to get some ink ready and then we'll get started. All right, welcome everybody. My office is a right mess today because I have to get ready. I have a convention this weekend, so I have to prep everything and reorganize and get all my inventory all situated, and it's just y'all know how that goes. So before we get started, I want to invite everybody to join our Discord server. I dropped a link to the Discord server into the chat right now. If you can't see that, then you can go into the description box and you should be able to, there should be a link there to go. Yeah, so today we're just gonna hang out in the sketchbook, just kind of goof off a little bit. I do have some client work that I need to get done. You know what? I totally forgot it's Easter. First off, I didn't know it. I lost track of the time. I didn't know it was Sunday, but I totally forgot that it was Easter. So part of this client work that I have is it's half traditional, half digital, and I just needed to go digitize and scan some ink work that I did. So I go to Office Depot because they have they have nice scanners over there. I'm not about to spend $600 to buy my own scanner. So I went over there. I'm just like, damn, it's closed. I was like, man, that sucks. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck are they closed? And I'm like, oh, it's Easter. Anyway, so yeah, it kind of set me behind a day. Easter set me behind a day. for this client project I have. So that kind of sucks. But I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. What did everyone do? I mean, for those who do celebrate the Easters, what did y'all do? I on Saturday, well, it was I went to a family gathering on Saturday. I haven't seen my family in a while, so it was really nice to catch everyone. But it was a celebration of it was a combination celebration of my niece's birthday, my aunt's birthday, my dad's birthday, my birthday, Easter, and it was to celebrate my brother, who is a professional athlete. Oh, jeez. Yeah. My brother's a professional athlete. He's a professional powerlifter, so we were celebrating one of his victories too. So it was just like this really big family gathering, very efficient family gathering, because we just got to celebrate a whole bunch of different things at one time. Yeah. Oh, it's Monday or I forgot. It's about to be Monday for me. About, what do we got? About 12 minutes before it's Monday. And I'm sure for a lot of you, it's already Monday. Worked a night shift on Sunday, so you got Monday off. There you go. So, I don't know if you're in the U.S. I don't know who here is in the U.S., but do they consider Easter as holiday pay? I've been out of the workforce for so long. I don't know what qualifies or what doesn't. Is it like only federal? Oh, see, I don't know any of this stuff. Y'all are gonna have to tell me. I've been out of the workforce for so long. I don't know. I've not contributed to society. This is a normal day. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I never understood what qualified as going into holiday pay. Is it federal holidays? And I don't know what qualifies as federal. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna mute my mic so you can't hear it. So the question is, does federal mean the whole country? It's just, they're just particular holidays that are considered, that are like recognized as like Okay, I could be totally wrong about this because I don't think I ever understood this. There are just particular holidays or events that are like recognized as federal holidays, and they fall under like a list. And those are the days that like kids get off of school and stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. You got McDonald's? Oh my god, I haven't had McDonald's in so long. I like McDonald's. Of all the fast foods, I feel like if I go to like Jack in the Box and I'm eating one of their burgers, I sit there and I'm just like, I could make this at home. I go to Rallies or something, or especially Five Guys, I could sit there and be like, I could make this at home. McDonald's has that McDonald's taste to it. It has that flavor. I don't know if it's like the sugar that they use in everything, but there's a taste to McDonald's where I sit there and I'm like, I can't make this at home. I can't get this flavor at home. But for a lot of other fast food places, I'm just like, I make this shit at home. Do you know what I'm talking about though? Like, do y'all feel that way about like particular fast foods? Like when you're craving it, when you're craving. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King. Oh, you're listing off all the federals. There you go. There's all the federal holidays. Really, it feels like there's more than that. Then that's it? It feels like there's a lot more than that. Anyway. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I'm not like triggered by animal hair usually, like allergy wise, but there's something about like my new puppy. There's something about her fur, like her hair, that has been really setting me off. So hopefully when she gets older and like that's those smaller puppy hairs, like, you know, stop happening and she gets like regular dog hair, hopefully that'll go away. Or else this is gonna be a really long decade. Do they still serve the do they still serve the fish sandwich at McDonald's? I remember when that used to be on the dollar menu. The fish sandwich. Unless I'm remembering that wrong. Although I don't think I'm remembering that wrong because I never shop anywhere but the dollar menu at any fast food place. If you ever hang out with me and we go get fast food, I'm living on that value menu. I don't even look at the rest of the menu. I don't even do it. I go to a convention and I'll have like a roll of like $5,000 in my pocket, like literally in my pocket from the convention. And if people want to go hang out, I'll be like, does that place have a dollar menu? Nope, too much. Well, yeah, every country has a different McDonald's menu. I'm sure you've seen it all as like a meme at this point online, but I remember when I went to the Philippines as a child, and I got to see their menu. They have like rice bowls and spaghetti. Filipinos got our spaghetti. We gotta get our spaghetti, you know. I think my most difficult McDonald's adventure was I was in Amsterdam, right? And motherfucking and my first time trying the magic truffle. Now I've done shrooms and stuff here in the US, but over there you can just buy them over the counter. They have like the little refrigerators. You can just go to any shop and they're like, "Oh yeah," and they tell you the potency and all that stuff. Yeah. So I had the yeah. So I had the whole box, right? I didn't have any tea to for those who don't know, it's more potent if you soak it in tea and then you sip the tea, right? Or hot water, basically. You just want to heat it up to get the stuff out of it, and drinking it, it's more potent that way. But I didn't have that, so I just ate the whole box. Anyway, like chewed it up. And then it took a while for it to hit, but when it started hitting, I was like, oh shit, all right, well I better go get some food now because I'm not gonna be able to leave the room, right? And as I was walking down the street, it was just getting more and more intense. And then I was at that point where I was just like, oh no, I'm like halfway. I'm like, oh, I'm like too far to turn back now. I may as well go. But then I was just like, if I go, then I gotta go all the way back. I probably stood there for like 3 minutes just trying to figure out what I was gonna do. But I ultimately got there, and yeah, the service was really quick. Thank God, it was really, really quick. That was quite the night, and I was hanging out with my buddy for most of that weekend, but they had to go home, so they caught the train, and I was just like, oh great, now I don't have anyone to help me if I. Yeah, that was during like my fuckboy era though, when I was just like, I'll do whatever, man. I'll just do whatever. I can't be killed. I'm too young. Like I'm too strong. Like that's what I'm talking about. We all go through that that phase. No, that stuff was pretty stout though. That's like a core memory right there. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I think back on that's like a core memory right there of just like I was in a different country, it was totally legal, and I was just like all right, so this upcoming weekend I have an artist table in the Japantown shopping mall in San Francisco for the Cherry Blossom Festival. I'm really looking forward to that. I hate to leave my wife though. I don't like that. This will be like the longest I've been away from my wife in like months, and it's gonna suck. It's going well. Just keeping busy. I have I've picked up quite a bit of client work, and I actually have a lot of NDA stuff that I believe if everything goes to schedule, I should be able to show you one of the NDA things that I've been working on, and I'm really excited about it. What does everyone have? Excuse me. What does everyone have going on this week? My whole week is just client work and prepping for this convention this weekend. Or the not convention, I guess it's the Cherry Blossom Festival. As you can see behind me, my office is already falling apart from me grabbing stuff and reorganizing and doing inventory and all that. Hey. Do you have any, so you're going to be grinding on your art, you have any projects specifically that you're working on this week? Or if you're going to be spending most of it studying, do you have any particular topics that you're going to be kind of focusing on? I bought some Domestika courses because I don't know if they're still on sale, but the Domestika had almost all their courses for sale for like $9 a couple weeks ago. So I think in my free time, if I have any free time this week, well, you know, there's always free time when there's client work because you do the client work and then you have to send it to them, and usually it takes them like a day for them to send you the okay. So during that downtime, I think I'm gonna dig into my Domestika courses. Ooh, a blending. It's just a puffy suit. Thrasher, what's up? Let's see, you designed 2 OCs for the first time, and now you want to put some atmosphere. Hey, that's sick. Just got a ding from Discord right now. No, thanks for the follow. Ah. Yeah, she's getting better. You know, as well as one can be, right? Thank you for asking. But yeah, no, she actually has to she works remotely. Oh, so she's actually going to be going back to work in like what, like 2 weeks or something like that. So we're really like, we've been focused on getting her like her strength back, but now we're kind of like on this like extra grind to get her strength back. But you know, luckily, like I said, she works remotely, so even if she has to go back to work and she's not fully ready to go yet, because the doctors won't, like, they won't extend, you know, her off time. It'll be cool because she could be safe here at home. Well, I have like I have an aunt who like I believe she was at like she was still going in to work when she was going through chemo, which is fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. I know a lot of people do that. I'm just saying, like, Mew, what's up? The dogs are doing well. The puppy is getting like really big. Yeah, but that's like a TV show though. Yeah, and then also it also depends on which kind you get and all that stuff. Yeah. Yo, Exo, what's up, man? You have a good Easter. Which, by the way, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't realize that... Well, first off, I didn't know today was even Sunday, because, you know, fucking... I have no sense of time. But, I didn't realize it was Easter until, like, I went to go run some errands today, and fucking everything was closed. And I was like, what the hell? Why is everything so... I was like, man, everything... Lots of stuff closes on Sundays, huh? And then I was just like, oh, it's Easter. Oh, you're working on the Sakura piece. Yeah, I still have to do mine. I feel like... I feel like my prediction for Sakura Con is probably going to be right. I'm sure, like, what was my prediction? I said, everyone's going to be fine. It's probably not going to be as good as it was, but it'll still be good. It'll still be fine. And everyone's going to complain. And I've actually already seen 2 YouTube videos complaining about the show. Well, not complaining, but more like talking about, like, you know, the drama of the show. And I was like, yeah, but y'all still gonna apply for next year, so. We only got 9 days for that shit? Look. No, I just need to do it traditionally. I think my sweet spot is doing my line art traditionally and then coloring everything digitally. Until the day Copic wants to send me a bunch of markers, and then we'll, you know, then I'll 100% do everything traditionally. But I think my sweet spot is traditional lines, trad lines, and then digital coloring. Yeah, if I do the Sakura-Con mascot piece, if I do the line art traditionally, I'll have that done in a day. Like, it won't even be, like, no discussion. I'll just have it done in a day. Plus, you know, do something traditionally and you're forced to commit to it. I just wanted to try something different. And you know, like I said, I've been doing quite a bit of client work, and those have been all digital. So I was just kind of you know, I was at the Cintiq and I was just in that mode mentally. That's why we're struggling so hard with it. Excuse me if I'm sniffling directly into the mic. Like I mentioned earlier, dog allergies, man. Puppy hair allergies. Yeah, hold on, let me blow my nose again. I'm gonna mute the mic until then. You know, before I had mentioned that I'm like okay, you know, if you answer a phone call from like a spam phone number, it like automatically puts you on like a list, like a call list of other spam. Hey, thank you for the follow. Because like it puts you on like a list. It feels like it puts you on a list of like other spam callers because it's just like, oh, they know that this is an active number, so they can just start calling you and bugging you. Well, I've been getting like these crazy amounts of like affiliate and sponsorship offers from like other companies and stuff, and a lot of them are kind of bullshit, right? I'll say like 90% of them are bullshit. There's some there that I'm actually interested in. So we start looking like a NASCAR vehicle on here with a bunch of logos and stickers and stuff here on stream, dropping ads and stuff. Don't say I didn't warn you guys. This stream is sponsored by 1-800-CONTACTS. And the dog has knocked on the door, and my older dog has joined the office party, so she's hanging out with us tonight. Any big plans or projects going on for anybody? Yeah, I have some really cool, some really fun client work. I won't be able to talk about a lot of it because it's all NDA, but we should be able to talk about, like, by the time August comes around, we should be able to talk about everything. And this week, if things go according to plan, I should be able to show you something that I'm working on. But that's not up to me. I have to get the okay from them. But I also have some personal projects I'm working on, as usual, or as always. And then I have some conventions coming up. Like I gonna lie, dude. Like, I barely care about these conventions. Like I'm gonna fucking, like, I'm going there for my paycheck, which is, you know, of course. But man, with these other projects I have going on, oh man, I'm just so, I just feel like such a complete artist now, right now, because like it's I'm finding time to work on my personal stuff. The conventions are going to be coming up, which means we'll be able to shoot more episodes for the YouTube series. But then I have some cool client work. So I'm just like, man, I just kind of have, I'm kind of check marking everything. I'm not like solely reliant on one thing right now, which feels really good. And the Patreon is almost full now. We only have 2 slots open for the sketch card tier on the Patreon. I'll take a picture of my dog right now. She's laying down. Here's a link to the Discord for anyone who needs it. I think the only thing I need to make time for is I need time to study. That is, I think, the thing that is probably eating the most, you know, that's the thing that's losing the most attention. But, you know, at the same time, I'm still drawing. So even if I'm not studying, I am still getting miles in. So it's not like the worst thing in the world. But I like me some studies, you know. Oh, you're talking about like not always doing studying will kind of keep you fresh. Yeah, sometimes you want to just like you should actually execute and not just practice, right? Like there's a difference between like if you're always reading about stuff in a book, but you never go and like practice it. What good is it really, right? Like with anything in life, you're just like, oh yeah, well I've been reading so many books on how to properly weightlift. When's the last time you went to the gym? Oh, I don't go to the gym. Pushed a little bit too much ink into the brush. I'm gonna wipe some of that down up here. Trying to figure out if you should add a little character or not to this. What do you mean? Add a character. Gotta practice always. Yeah. But we were talking about how like like for the longest time, there's a long period of time where I was doing nothing but like art studies and sketchbook work, but I didn't actually complete any illustrations. So like the knowledge was there and like the mileage was there, but I was like not doing anything with it, you know? So it's just like, well, what good is all that if you're not going to do anything with it? Yeah. Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the follows, by the way. We will still do the. I know it's been a few weeks, but we'll still do the 10,000 follower celebration stream, the sketchathon. You know, it's just kind of been like once we got to 10, I had a convention that weekend, and then you know everything that's going on here at home, and it's just been like just nonstop. And I picked up all this client work, and it's just been like this nonstop barrage of like stuff. So we haven't been able to do the sketchathon, but if unless something weird happens, we should be able to do it. Not this Friday, but the Friday after that. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and I hope everyone has a strong start to this upcoming week. It's gonna be a long week for me. Oh, long arm. Arm's a little too long. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We're just hanging out in the sketchbook today. Nothing crazy. What's everyone working on this week? You have any client work? You have any personal projects? What's everyone's goal for this week? It doesn't have to be like super crazy or art related, honestly. It could just be like, you know, I'm just trying to get through the week, fucking pay my rent, and fucking go play. What's a game that just came out? Finish a print. Yeah, so for anyone who's new here, I am primarily a traditional artist, but I work in mixed mediums. I kind of just do whatever. Let me rephrase that. I kind of just do whatever's paying the bills at the time. Do we have any traditional artists in here? Dead by Daylight? Yeah, once my wife gets better, like, or is able to, you know, like, function a little bit better, we have a long list of games that we're gonna be trying to catch up on. Honestly, I think Diablo 4 is probably gonna come out around the time where she's gonna be able to play video games again. So that's gonna be fucking awesome. I used to work mainly in pencils, but haven't for about 3 years. No, she's doing better. She's recovering all right. Yeah. She'll be fine. Uh, yeah, I've been doing a hell of digital work lately. And it's just like no matter how much, you know, like no matter how much time I put in digitally, it's just not the same. Like it just doesn't look the same. That's why earlier I was talking about my sweet spot is doing all my basically anything that isn't coloring. I do it traditionally, and then I'll just scan it, take it in digitally, and then finish it up. Clean, color it, whatever. I don't know, when I try and do 100% digital pieces, it just doesn't look right. I'm not practiced enough digitally. Like you know, like I just don't have the coordination. It just doesn't look right. Oops. Have I been catching up on my sleep? Yeah. You know, I have been pretty responsible with my sleep up until like the past like 4 or 5 days. Like even though I've been staying up all night, I have been making sure to get like 4 hours during the day. Except for like the past 5 days, I've been really bad. It was like 2 hours of shit daily. But no, the last I guess, well, I was gonna say 2 days, but today I did pretty well. I think I got 5 hours during the afternoon today. Which, by the way, that's kind of my sweet spot for sleeping is 4 to 6 hours. If I do like 8, I don't feel any better than when I do 6. You know, when I'm really like on top of my nutrition and all that, 4 is more than enough for me. But man, if I do like 3, I feel like shit. Like if I go under 4, it's no good. But like I said, if I go like 8, I just don't feel any different than if I do 6. And if I go like, I was somebody the other day was like, I slept for 16 hours. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. That's like hella long. Like, what's y'all? What's your like sweet spot for hours of sleeping? 6 to 7 is your. Oh, if you go for like 8, you feel like lethargic, right? Like you wake up, you feel groggy. I get that. When will I start working on my prints? Are you talking about the Harry Potter and the Teen Titans piece? I don't know. I put a couple minutes into them every day, but I'm actually not going that hardcore on them right now. Just because I have client work that I am prioritizing above that. And plus, it's because the client work, it has more to do with the timeline. My client work is due sooner than my next set of conventions. So I have an event this weekend. And then I don't have another convention for like a month. So I'm like, well, the print projects can take kind of a back seat because I have things that need to get done now. And if I don't have another convention for like another month anyway, well, there's no rush in doing them because it's just like I'll finish them and then I can't fucking do anything with them until the cons happen. So I'm working on them slowly. They're just not a priority right now. And it doesn't help that I'm working on them both at the same time. I'm like, all right, 2 characters here. Go the Harry Potter one. All right, I got like 2 characters here. Man, when I got the character list for the Harry Potter, when I did my research and I made my character list for the Harry Potter piece, the criteria was they have to be alive during Sorcerer's Stone. You know, they can't be fucking like, we can't find all these. I can't be putting all these, like, there's so many characters in the lore, right? I had to make a hard line. I was just like, oh, how do I say yes to a character and say no to a character? All right, if they're alive during Sorcerer's Stone, they're in there. There you go. And when I made that hard rule, it's not that many characters, not gonna lie. Once I implemented the rule, and I was just like, all right, look, if they're dead during, by the time Sorcerer's Stone comes around, so like I'm not gonna put like fucking Merlin in there, right? Because like even though that's where, you know, like he's pretty deep in the lore, but he's not alive during Sorcerer's Stone, right? So I can't fucking put him in there. Once I put that hard rule, I cut hella people out, dude. There's not that many characters. I have the... Nah, it's over there. I have the sheet. It's probably like not even 200 characters, honestly. Like it's not even like it's like nothing. Yeah. And I'm not doing them in a very detailed style. I'm actually going to emulate the spoilers. I'm going to emulate the art style of the original books. You know, the cover art for those original books that they almost look like wooden figures, you know. I'm actually going to emulate that style, so it's not like they're very detailed, not hard to draw. Yeah, so I don't think yo, what's up? Oh, we're talking about I'm working on a Harry Potter drawing in the background, like in my free time. And I'm talking about like I made a rule of like which characters I do and don't want to put in there. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's like maybe 200, maybe. Like, it's not. Like, as soon as I was just like, well, that person's dead, cross off, that person's dead, cross off, that person's dead. I just like, names were just falling off the list, yeah. I will. I always do that. But I never get the attention. Like, I remember when I finished the Rick and Morty piece, I was really trying to get I knew Dan Harmon was not gonna fucking respond to it because he doesn't give a shit. But you know, I tried to get Justin Roiland to look at it, but like he shares other artwork instead. And I'm like, ah, that's fine, whatever. But yeah, I'll add JK and see what happens. She's gonna want her cut though. That's one of those things that I'm just like, I don't really want to show like the creators of the IP this fan art that I made. You know what I mean? Because then they're gonna take it down. 100% clout for something that gets taken down. Do you think people get crazy as they get richer? Like, I don't know. That's a hard call. You know, a lot of the times people say it just lets you, it just kind of reveals what you always were, and I think that's true. But you know, I also think that you can go pretty crazy. Fame and money drive you crazy. Like, when you get so disconnected from, like, you know, like irregular life, like you don't, like, there's some people, rich people, who don't even know like how much groceries cost. You know, like how much does a carton of milk cost? I'm like, I don't fucking know. You know, like $20. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think it's as black and white as people make it out to be. They're like, well, money just reveals what you always were. I'm like, yeah, sometimes, but other times it could also just make you a bad person. You'll never know. Yeah, see, there you go. Like my family's all immigrants. I'm first generation here in the U.S. and they came from the Philippines, so they came from the DORT, the DOIRT, the DORT, right? But they did pretty fucking well for themselves here in the States, and they ain't switched at all. They ain't changed like at all. Like, they're like exactly. I mean, they're more comfortable now, but they're not as like ruthless as they were back then, right? When I was growing up. But like, you know, it could go the other way, where I've seen a lot. Like, I've been to a lot of Filipino events, and I'm just using specific examples here. I've been to a lot of Filipino events where, you know, people that came from the Philippines, they came from nothing, they come to the US and they start doing really well, and they get their head up their ass, man. I'm sure you've all seen something like that, right? And, you know, they all switch up and it's fucking annoying. I think that left a bad taste. No, now that I actually talk about it out loud and I think about it, I think that left a really bad taste in my mouth. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of Filipinos anymore. Because I'll during my growing up years, when I was around other Filipinos, a lot of them, and I'm talking specifically just in this small scenario here, A lot of them got their head up their ass, man. I don't fucks with y'all. You feel the same way towards the Indonesian community you grew up with? That's fine too. Can't let people be. You're third gen South African Indian. And some of our family are the same. They forget they came from nothing and they just trying to pretend that they are all fancy. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be fancy and bougie, you know, like you earned it. But it's just kind of like, you know, they just get that attitude where they're just like actually, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to describe, but you all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's okay to get bougie, like you earned it. You should. But I don't know, man. When I can't speak to them like a human being anymore. Fucking it's hard to describe, I guess. Like we all know what I'm saying, but for some reason I can't like describe it. Oh, can you all hear my dog snoring? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so short answer or long answer to your question. Money does different things to different people. What's my favorite thing to study? I like machines. I'm really, really good at like industrial design. Um, I, I'm I'm like spot on with. I'm like perfect with perspective. So like, um, learning like mechanical. I used to actually. I worked as a mechanic till I was 25 when I started drawing at 25. So I just have a natural aptitude for like understanding machinery. Like I enjoy learning new vehicles, and because I'm really good at perspective, when I learn a new vehicle, I could almost implement it into my drawings like right away, because I could start rotating it in free space. Because I've spent so much time practicing perspective and shapes. So in short, I think vehicles are definitely my favorite thing to draw, and my favorite. No, I don't know if it's my favorite thing to draw, but it's my favorite thing to practice and study. Like learning a new vehicle is really cool. Like learning a new motorcycle design is really fun for me. I miss motor. I haven't had a motorcycle in like 8 years, man. You hear the dog? Hey, she's 12 years old. You know, she can snore if she wants to, yeah. Did I watch the new Demon Slayer? No, I haven't even watched Demon Slayer. I haven't watched anything. I'm so behind on everything. Like I just don't make time to watch stuff. Like, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like if I really, 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 really wanted to, I would make time for it. But instead, I'm like drawing instead, or instead of watching that stuff, I'd rather go hang out like with my wife or something. You know, like I really, for example, I really wanted to watch John Wick. I went to go watch it like the day it came out. You know, so if it's something I really fucking want to do, I'm gonna make time for it. So when I say I have this giant list of anime that I have been meaning to watch, it's more like I have this giant list of stuff and I'm like, I guess whatever, if I feel like it I'll get to it, but it's not really something I'm prioritizing anymore, which is bad because, you know, like a lot of my money comes from selling artwork to weebs, so you'd think I'd stay on top of that stuff. I haven't looked at Fengzu stuff in fucking forever. That's the name I have not heard in a long time. A long time. I yeah, I'm staying away from I don't know, I feel like I'm staying away from stuff where, because when I make those prints, I am 100% making them to sell at conventions. So one of the strategies that I do that has worked is I like to just kind of pick things that there's not too much other competition for. So like the early stuff that I did, the Pokemon, I did Pokemon because it's fucking Pokemon. I did Dragon Ball because it's fucking Dragon Ball, right? But like if you look at the other pieces that I have, you know, Rick and Morty, there's not that much Rick and Morty artwork out there when I go to these cons. There's not that much Overwatch anymore. Definitely not any League of Legends artwork out there. I know when Arcane came out, there was a lot more came out, but when I have these pieces that don't have a lot, like there's a lot of Neon Genesis stuff. There's a lot of like One Punch Man stuff, you know. There's a decent amount of Gundam stuff when you go to these things, and I just like, well, I don't really need to try and get that demographic and fight, you know, the other people. So one of my strategies is I like to pick things that, you know. So anyway, that's why I haven't. It's come across the table. Everything's come across the table at some point, but I was just like, nah. Yeah. That's why I did that Ninja Turtles one. Because I mean, like, first off, I fucking love Ninja Turtles. Like, everyone loves Ninja Turtles, right? But I'm like, all right, but bet, like, how much Ninja Turtles you see out there? That's you know what? Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely high on the list because I used to be a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I'm already a fucking, like, I'll just enjoy the shit out of doing that. But there's also not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh artwork out there, honestly. So that's high on the list too. So that's a good suggestion because that's up there. But then that's why I'm currently working on a Teen Titans piece, because honestly, when was the last time you saw like a Teen Titans based on the 2000s animated series? When was the last time you saw anything like that in the Artist Alley? You go to a comic book convention, you might find some Teen Titans stuff like in general with like, you know, the more adult looking comic accurate Teen Titans on it. But you don't see the character models based on that animated series. And you for sure, when was the last fucking time you saw some Harry Potter shit in the Artist Alley? Yeah, so there you go. That's why I pick certain ones. So there's like a list of things there's like criteria. It has to be something that I actually enjoy, right? Or else I'm not going to put like 300 hours 500 hours into a drawing if I'm not enjoying it. So it has to be something that I like myself, you know. Fan art, you got to be a fan of it. It has to be something that's evergreen, as in it has to be something that has a built-in audience already. So like doing Demon Slayer artwork is really hot, really good now, but in 10 years are you going to be able to move that print at all? You know, like the Dragon Ball piece that I made, that's a forever piece. I could sell that 15 years from now. The Pokemon piece, I could sell that fucking 10 years from now, right? So that has to be evergreen within its, you know, established fan base. So that's another thing. Yeah, so just letting you know, if I do a Yu-Gi-Oh one, that will be the first time, like the concepts that I've come across, the concepts that I've come up with all the Yu-Gi-Oh design was, if I end up doing it, it's gonna be a two-piece, like it's gonna be companion pieces. It'll be Yugi with all of his monsters, and then the other one will be Kaiba with all of his monsters, and there will be some elements of each poster that will kind of overlap onto, you know, each other, so that if you buy both of them, you can put them side to side. So that's something that I've already thought about for sure. But yeah, so I mean, like, I don't know if you know, but like when I go to conventions, I only have 8 different designs, and I'm only at 8 right now because I finished that Ninja Turtles piece like 2 months ago, and I've only sold that one at one con, so I haven't even unleashed that one onto the world, right? Honestly. So I only have 8 different designs. And I'll tell you, my sales are comparable or better to people who have like an entire wall of like 50 different designs. And that's because I'm very picky about the things that I make. Yo, now to be fair, Battle City Yugi had red eyes. Of course red eyes gonna be in it. And if you go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, I don't know who here has watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. That shit is hella good. Yo, the intro song to Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 is so fucking good. No, not just the intro song, like the whole intro itself. Go look it up. Go look up Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 intro. That shit slaps so hard. He had in the movie for Season 0, he had the, what's it called, Meteor Black Dragon, Summon Skull, and Red Eyes. So of course I'm going to put those in there. Here, I'm going to show y'all a picture. For those of you who are new. For those who don't know, I sell my artwork at conventions. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. So that the picture I sent, that's me when I drive somewhere. When I drive somewhere, I have the big black pro panels. When I fly, I have like pipes like everyone else, right? But if you look at that, my selection is small, but it's very like intentional. Yeah, well, once I finish Harry Potter and Teen Titans, the reason I'm doing Teen Titans is I don't have any. So here's another insight. In regards to hitting different demographics, like I don't have any comic book stuff, right? I go to so many comic book conventions, but I don't have any fucking comic book. Like I have the Marvel versus Capcom piece, but that one is just kind of like, that one's good because if you take that to a video game event, which I have, oh, it's a wrap. It's like the #1 seller, right? But when's the last time you saw any MVC artwork at an artist alley? Fucking never, right? And you'll see some MCU stuff, but usually it's just like an Iron Man, right? So, anyway, I'm doing the Teen Titans piece because I don't have no DC stuff. I have no dedicated comic book stuff. So you do that, done. Or I do that, done. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, demographic wise. So I actually have a lot of video game stuff now that I think about it. I have quite a bit of video game stuff, which is good because everyone fucking plays video games. But yeah, anyway, just rambling insights into my decision making into the pieces, like the topics that I choose for my pieces. Yeah, eight different pieces, all of them in 2 different sizes. I only have 16 products, and that's all I need, and I'm fucking fine. Yeah. Just taking your time and being more intentional with your artwork. That's how I like to approach stuff now. Like that's how I've always liked it. That's how I've always liked to approach stuff. But as I get older, I'm getting even more like careful because like time is so valuable, right? And I'm just like, well, I don't want to fucking, I don't know. I don't want to make a print of Vegeta, a print of Super Vegeta, a print of Super Saiyan God Vegeta, a print of Destroyer, you know, like the God of Destruction Vegeta, or whatever he's called, Ultra Ego of Vegeta. I'm like, I could make 4 different fucking prints for Vegeta. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I got you right there. That's it. You're either with it or you're not. You don't want to get the fuck out of here. So, yeah. You know, it's fascinating that League of Legends piece is always one of my top sellers. Ever since I did the revamp. So I finished the League of Legends piece initially back in like 2017. And then late last year, we went in and we like redrew the entire thing. We cleaned up all the line work. We did all the reworks. We added all the new champions. We kind of fixed the composition a little bit, fixed the colors, and it came out fucking, it slaps. Like the new one's so nice. And every show that I've brought it to since, it has been like number 2 or 3 in sales. Will I be updating the Dragon Ball one? Nope. If I do, it's gonna be like 5 years at the soonest. Because I'm basing it on the anime. So for me, to make it worth it, it has to have like a noticeable difference. I don't want to just be like, well, I'm gonna add 2 characters. Shit doesn't matter. It has to like completely. So you've seen the before and after for the Overwatch drawing. So the Overwatch piece we finished at like 2017, 2018, and then earlier this year, boy, we went in and cleaned that bitch up. Like we fixed so much on that Overwatch drawing, and I actually haven't even made the new prints of that yet. Honestly, I'm gonna wheel those out in like May. Because I have like a bunch of back-to-back cons, and that's when I'll finally bring it out into the public. But you know, I waited like however many years before updating the Overwatch piece, because the only reason I did the Overwatch update was because Overwatch 2 came out, and I was just like, well, now I could just finish this, intentionally advertise it as Overwatch 1 because nobody likes Overwatch 2. So yeah, so for Dragon Ball, to get me to update that, we would have to complete like 3 full arcs in the anime just to make me think about touching that piece again. Plus, you have to think about it this way: people who already bought it, right? Like if they are gonna buy it again, it has to be like worth it. You can't just be like, oh yeah, you bought that like a year ago. Well, I updated it again this year, and there's like 1 new character on it. You know, they're not gonna buy it. Pepper, you okay? She's chasing something in her sleep. Hold on. He always sleeps a lot better when we have fewer lights on. So I'm gonna go ahead. I shut off the ceiling light and some of my studio lights, and that'll help her relax. So have I thought about my setup at AX? All right, so I'm not gonna be upstairs at Anime Expo this year like I've been. Yeah, I actually am just gonna be regular artist alley table downstairs for Anime Expo this year. Actually, because I'm not really invested in conventions anymore like I used to be. Like before, they were like my be all end all. They were my main source of income, and that's just like what it was like my whole world. This, like, moving forward, I'm just using them as like paychecks, and it's one to as a paycheck, and then 2 to just kind of meet people again and just be out there. And if I'm gonna meet people, I don't need to like my if I was gonna get that exhibitor spot at Anime Expo like I had the last like 2 times, it was gonna cost like $6,000 just for the space, and I was just like, fuck, man, I'm good. Versus if I get an artist alley spot, while not guaranteed, it was only like $400, like nothing, right? So I'm just like, we're just gonna go get a regular artist spot. I'm good. Yeah, so I'm not heavily invested in these cons anymore, man. Like, I'm gonna do them because the money is good. It'll be fun to travel. I could drag the wife with me to travel to the ones that she's gonna physically be able to. I get to meet all the same people that I, get to say hi to everybody. Yeah, to me the cons are gonna be a lot more relaxed, gonna be a lot more fun. It'll allow me to shoot better episodes too when I'm not so fucking worried about a giant exhibitor spot. Plus, I have other projects going on. I have not just bigger clients that I have to worry about that are going to take my time, but I have some other stuff that I'm going to be dropping this year, and these cons are just kind of like whatever. Yeah, so I'm not very invested in them mentally anymore. Have you thought? Oh wait, you already asked me. I just read that. How many characters in the Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know, not a lot. It's fewer than 200 is all I know. Because honestly, like we can go down Yugi's entire monster list right now. Where you got like Celtic Guardian, Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, Dark Magician Girl, Dark Paladin, Red Eyes, Summon Skull, Meteor Black, okay, Karibo, Curry Babylon, Eye of Timaeus. What else you got? What else you got? Slifer, Big Shield Gardener, Jack's Knight, Queen's Knight, King's Knight. What is that? We're barely at what? We're barely at 10 or 15 right there. Like, I can't even think of what was it. Cursed Dragon. You got Gaia. What is you got? If we're gonna go Atem and Yugi, I think you can go Blockman, Gandora, Silent Magician. Like, I could do Yugi. I could do Little Yugi, and I could do Atem's decks, and it'd probably be like 50 monsters total. Like, it's not bad. Yeah. Not gonna lie, the main thing that it's bringing me back out to cons this year is all the medical bills that piled up over the past few months. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna use these cons to kill those bills. That's what it was. That's all it is, And yeah. Anyway, yeah. So for Anime Expo, well, actually, pretty much every convention moving forward, every convention that you see in my tour list, my tour schedule, those are all just regular Artist Alley tables. Yeah. All right. All right, everyone. Well, this was fun. Thanks for hanging out. Just wanted to get a little bit of sketchbook time in, just, and Twitch time. But I do have some client work I need to work on. Got the big old Cintiq over here. Whoops, can't show you that. So, thank you for hanging out. There's the link to the Discord. I appreciate all the follows today. And I will be back on tomorrow. And it's going to be more sketchbook stuff, just hanging out, all right? Cool. All right. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right?